Hello friends, today we'll discuss Chapter 7, Uneasy Interval, and Chapter 8, Inches Quit India. Chapter 7, Uneasy Interval. Following the rejection of the Cripps mission in 1942, India entered a politically turbulent and uncertain phase. In this chapter, Maulana Azad describes the tense atmosphere between the Indian National Congress and the British government, which led to a period of strained silence and uneasy calm before a political storm. Key point: breakdown of dialogue. After the failure of the Cripps mission, there was no further effort by the British to resolve the political deadlock, nor did they offer any genuine concessions to win Indian support in the war effort. Congress leaders, deeply disappointed, withdrew from active cooperation. The gap between British authority and Indian aspiration widened, increasing frustration and fueling mass resentment. Key point: rising pressure from public and within Congress. Azad points out that public patience was wearing thin, and the Congress leaders began receiving pressure from the grassroots demanding direct action. Even though leaders like Gandhi and Azad continued to hope for a peaceful settlement, it became increasingly clear that the British were unwilling to act unless compelled by force of mass agitation. Internal Congress differences. During this period, there were differences among Congress leaders regarding the next course of action. While Azad favored one last attempt at negotiation, Gandhi became convinced that the time for action had arrived. Gandhi's idea of launching a movement that could compel the British to quit India gained momentum. Chapter 8, Quit India. In this powerful chapter, Azad gives a first-hand account of the Quit India movement, one of the most significant mass uprisings in India's freedom struggle. The movement was launched in August 1942, following the Congress Working Committee meeting in Bombay, now Mumbai. Key point: Gandhi's firm stand. At this point, Gandhi famously declared, "Do or die," calling on Indians to rise in a non-violent revolution against British rule. Azad, though president of the Congress, deferred to Gandhi's leadership and supported the movement. It was clear to all that this would be a decisive showdown between Indian nationalism and British imperialism. The AICC resolution. The All India Congress Committee (AICC) passed a resolution on the 8th of August 1942, demanding an immediate end to British rule. The resolution expressed India's desire to cooperate against fascism, but only if complete freedom was assured. Key point: immediate crackdown. Within a day of the resolution, the British government responded with brutal force. All senior Congress leaders, including Azad, Gandhi, Nehru, and Patel, were arrested without trial. Azad describes in detail how he was arrested at the Golia Tank Maidan in Bombay and sent to the Ahmednagar fort, where he remained imprisoned for over 3 years. The role of the people. While the leadership was imprisoned, the movement spread spontaneously across the country. Students, workers, and peasants took to the streets, government officers were attacked, and symbols of British rule were targeted. Despite Gandhi's call for non-violence, many parts of the movement turned violent due to the absence of central leadership and the intensity of repression. Key point: Gandhi's moral authority in British response. Azad notes that Gandhi's moral influence remained strong, even from prison. The British, however, continued their hardline approach. Gandhi's health declined, and his wife Kasturba died during imprisonment. Yet, the British refused to negotiate seriously until the war's end. Azad's reflections. From the fort, Azad had time to reflect. He believed that the Quit India movement marked a turning point because, although it failed to immediately end British rule, it demonstrated that India would no longer accept subservience. The psychological blow to British legitimacy was enormous.